All right, everybody, welcome back. We are another week at the shop. Ken never really tells me what we're doing, so it's always a surprise when I walk through the door. Today is no exception. It is no different. So let's walk in and see what we got going on. Hello. How's it going? Hey, I recognize that Jeep. So Ken and I got back from a trip not terribly long ago, and as any good trip, there's the aftermath. So my Jeep's been here for some minor repairs, nothing major. So it looks like they got it in and they're working on something there.
Still a piece of crap Jeep.
What's
Putting new shocks on your Jeep.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why are you putting new shocks on my Jeep?
Because I get to do whatever I want.
Well, true.
Yeah.
Another question.
Yes.
Was there something wrong with the old shocks on my Jeep?
There's never anything wrong with half the stuff I take off your
Well,
Jeep.
so that's why I'm curious.
We took perfectly good brakes off. We took perfectly good 37-inch tires off. We just keep changing things.
You're not wrong. Eric's got the camera out. Thanks, buddy. So was there anything wrong with the old shocks that were on my Jeep?
No, there's never anything wrong with anything that we take off your Jeep. But these are the new shocks from Rusty's Off-Road that he's getting ready to unveil. And he sent us the first set.
Are these replacing the shock that I had on there?
Correct.
So I had
White shocks.
white shock, the white body shocks.
Yep, RX100.
And I love them. I have had no issue. They've actually been on my Jeep. I remember now, rewinding the clock to May of 2020, I bought my Jeep. Like 2 days later, I bought my axles. And then I just started accumulating parts. And I think you called me like a month and a half later and you're like, you know, you're only a set of shocks away from like finishing this. How about we go on a trip in November, you buy some just cheap white body shocks from Rusty's, and then we'll just replace them with regular shocks when we get back. And that was 3.5 years ago, and they're still on my, well, they were still on my Jeep.
In the defense on the white body shocks, I ran them on my Cherokee for like 8 years.
I had no issues.
I mean,
with
they're
them.
just they're a $60 just, you know, hydraulic shock.
So-
they're nothing special, but they just work.
So if you go back and look at every wheeling video with my JL, it's those white body shocks.
Yep.
They're
So
phenomenal.
there's nothing wrong with them, but these are what
So-
he's bringing out to replace them. And it's an upgrade.
Oh, okay. So what's different?
A lot. There's a lot different.
There's a lot different?
Yeah. So what do you notice different? It's
Well,
black.
I noticed that it's black instead of white.
It's big.
The shaft looks much bigger. I'm
not going there. I'm not going there.
I'm not gonna say.
Family friendly.
But it does, doesn't it?
Oh,
Isn't
it is.
It is.
Much,
It is.
much larger.
Yeah.
So there's a lot about it. Actually, I just started putting it in. Let's just pop it out. So there's your,
Oh, geez.
yeah, there's your new shock. You want to compare it to the one that was in it?
Much stout. Much more stout. Yeah. Do you have one laying around?
Yeah. Yeah, and I got the 800s too. We can compare all three.
Now, that was the shock originally 3.5 years ago that we were going to throw
Yeah,
on.
I got the 800s on mine, and I really love them. I'm super happy. That being said, I like how well yours work so much that I don't know that I would even care. I'm really excited to try these.
This was not on my list when I brought my Jeep in.
No, this was not on your list for your Jeep. This was on my list for your Jeep.
Well, that's fine.
And that's the beauty of why I love Bob, because I get to do whatever I want, and I don't even ask.
He gets free reign. He
Yeah.
gets free reign. All right, well, let's go compare. You said you got a white body
Yeah,
laying around?
let's do it.
All right, so what do we got here, buddy? This,
So these are the three different shocks. Mind you, the white ones are going to be going away. He's going to be phasing these out.
Wait, is this like out for purchase yet, or do you have to like differentiate which one you're getting?
No,
or
so I don't think so yet. I think he's still shipping the white bodies as inventory depletes. I would imagine the blacks are going to then step into the. So these eventually will be your two options.
Yep.
But let's talk about these two first. So this is the RX100. This is the white one you had on your Jeep.
Yep.
It's one I had on all my Jeeps. It's one that's on my daughter's Jeep. I love them. I run them on everything.
I have, like I said, no issues with
Yep.
them.
So this is the new one. And out there in YouTube land, you'd be like, oh, it's different length and everything. Well, they're different applications. I just happened to grab it off my shelf. So the big difference is that this is going to have a 17 millimeter shaft. This is a 5/8 shaft. So a little bit larger shaft. They're still pressed welded ends. They're both hydro shocks. They have a Freon bag that's inside, Freon gas bag inside for cooling. That's how they cool. These shocks are going to function very much the
Very
same.
similarly.
This is a larger, the new one's got a larger body, larger shaft. It's just a more robust shock all the way around. And I think, don't quote me on this, but I bet you there's hardly going to be any price increase.
Oh, really?
I'm not going to say it's the exact same penny for penny, but I bet you it's not going to be much of a price increase.
That's awesome.
So that'll be the cool thing is you're still going to get all the features of this, but maybe a little extra.
So the bigger body, the bigger shaft, that's just a little bit more durable, right?
Absolutely, a little bit more durable
long.
long term.
Yep.
And then, so these shocks hold up pretty well. Even when
absolutely.
you're driving in Michigan, they didn't get all that really rusted.
No, they were fine.
And these are only painted.
Yeah.
These are powder coated.
Oh,
So that's going to be even better.
Oh,
Even better.
absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So these are going to be powder coats. They're going to be even more durable as far as the finish. Now, the big difference between these two, they're going to look very, very similar.
They do.
This one has a nitride coated shaft. So work better for rust resistance and corrosion. The ends on this are machined billet versus pressed ends.
Yep.
So they're going to be a lot better there. This is a nitro monotube shock. This is your standard, hydraulic shock. So this is going to be a very standard basic shock as far as function. This is going to be monotube. I will tell you, in my personal opinion, and I don't think any manufacturer will agree with me on this, the 100 series, even the new ones, are probably going to ride a lot softer than the 800s.
Why is
so
that?
like, just the design, just the way the shock's going to function and cycle.
I mean, on road, so we've driven my JL cross country multiple times now on the white bodies.
Yes.
And the ride quality was
Phenomenal.
outstanding. It was outstanding.
And mine's a little sportier, I call
stiffer?
it, than yours.
Yeah,
Not
stiffer.
stiffer, I call it sportier. Firmer, positive.
Yep.
Because it's still the way Rusty does his spring rates and his valving, they're not harsh.
Oh, no.
It's just
yeah.
more firm.
Yep. Okay.
Firmer.
These two are going to be comparable, you think?
I think so.
You think so?
I think so. I think they're going to be very similar because Rusty is super ride quality picky on his shocks.
Yep.
So he has these obviously made for him, and he works the manufacturers back and forth till he gets them to ride how he wants.
Yeah.
He's real ride picky and super proud of his shocks. He wants them to ride a certain way. That being said, the advantages of this from the corrosion, the billet ends, and the heat that it's going to put up with being nitrogen are going to be better long-term, period.
Yeah.
That's why it's a premium shock.
Absolutely.
But everybody needs to not be afraid of these new ones because I think they're absolutely stellar. I like them so much. I wonder if he's got them in stock for my daughter's Grand Cherokee.
Now, I'm super excited. I didn't know I was getting shocks, but now I'm...
Hey, Bob, you're getting shocks. You ready for some new shocks?
I'm always ready for new Jeep parts. Who's not?
So another thing that I love about, even though these are what I consider to be like an entry style shock, what I love about them is their long travel.
Yeah.
I mean, look how long that shock is compared to that one.
Yeah.
And they're for almost the same application actually. So that's gonna be a rear, that's gonna be a front. They're a long travel gas shock, real long, and that's why you get such the flex
Good
you
flex.
do.
Good
Well, you
flex.
get huge flex out of your Jeep, and it's because of these shocks and the control arms that don't bind up. There's a million other things. I've always loved the white ones. I'm super excited for these new ones. I don't even know if he's going to call them RX 100s. I don't know.
He might change the name.
He might change the name a little bit or the designation on them because these are an 800. The white one was a 100. So I put 100 stickers on here because that's what I had.
Might be a 150 or 200 or something, different.
No,
completely.
it could be a 100 as well.
So what would be like the main reason, just long-term durability, like to spend the extra money on these these 800s?
Yeah, and so when you're doing a lot of hardcore off-road, and I don't mean like rock crawling, I mean like 2 tracks, high-speed stuff, this shock is probably going to hold up a little better long-term.
Oh, yeah.
For the high-speed stuff. These are not desert racing shocks.
Right.
These are for a bolt-on lift kit, right?
Yep.
These are not desert racing stuff. We don't even mess with that crap here because not really our cup of tea. So, yeah, that's why we're doing new shocks. Is why? Because we can.
Well, I'm super excited to try them out.
I know, me too. And that's it. I wanted to try them out. So I'm like, we're putting them on Bob's. So he sent me something. We're putting them on.
And they will get good use.
Yeah, they're not even on his website yet. They're not even out there at all yet. So he'll be bringing them out here really soon. Like I said, I imagine if I had to guess, as he depletes inventory from the white body 100s, he'll transition into the black body 100s. And I don't know which models and vehicles and lift heights he's got getting in stock as he's starting to build his inventory up. So do me a favor, don't be calling him and go, do I get the new black ones or not? You'll get whatever you get in the box until the white ones are gone.
Yep.
If you guys start ruining crap like that, I'll just quit making these videos.
Which the white ones, phenomenal shocks.
I've got them on every Jeep I own except for my JL. My JL's the only ones I run 800.
I will say that after 3.5 years, I think multiple times on our trips, I have said, if I were to ever blow out a shock or whatever, I would probably just get these again.
Yep.
Because I've had no issues with
I have the 100s on every Jeep I own, I think, except for like one or maybe two.
How long has he been making these?
Oh, God.
Like unchanged?
Yeah.
A long time?
For
Long time.
20 years.
So it's time for a change? Is
Time
that
for an
what
update.
Yep.
Time for an update.
Awesome.
He's always updating and evolving.
Yeah.
Always new things. And I like it because we get to check some of the new things out before a lot of people.
I'm excited. I really am. Let's go toss this last one on.
Yeah. Oh. All right, now that you interrupted me forever, I can finish this because I got other crap to do. I didn't even know you were coming over today.
Just one of those things. Finished work and
Wanted to come bug me?
had some time and checking up on progress,
Oh, so it's like we're married. You're coming over to check up on me.
Make sure my honey-do list is getting done, right?
It's ridiculous. I was getting ready to close up as soon as I finish this and go get some groceries.
Ah, fun stuff. I have to travel for work tomorrow, so
Getting on a plane tomorrow?
get on a plane at 5 a.m., buddy.
Eric, do you by chance know where the nut is? Alright, let's tighten this up.
Top is already set.
Oh, wrong way. Damn it.
Man down!
All right, so again, the new Rusty's, I'm gonna call them RX 100 shocks, so I don't know what the heck they're called yet. I'm super excited. We're gonna put these, put this tire back on and go for a drive. We'll do kind of a long-term update. We'll let you know how these play out. If they're anything like the rest of his shocks, I don't expect anything other than greatness, but we'll see. So long-term update, due soon.